In today's video, we are going to plug a hole in a tire with this tire plug kit. This cost approximately $15 in April of 2024 in Canada. Not a sponsored video. This is just a kit that I purchased. The kit contains the reamer tool, a plugger tool, the tire plugs, and plug bond. Here is the tire in question. You can see that this tire is totally flat, and I had this on as my summer tires. I'm putting these back on. I'm taking my winter tires off of the car. You can see the issue here. There is a screw embedded in the thread. Shockingly, this tire would stay inflated for about a week or so before it would start to really go flat. So normally we're gonna inflate this tire to the normal pressure, which is about 30 to 32 psi for most cars. So there, we got that removed. We'll put our plug in. So we're gonna push our reamer tool in and out a couple of times. That'll roughen up the tire itself and make for a better grip when we put our plug in there. Now we are going to take one of our plugs off of our set here, and we're going to thread it through the eye of our plugger, this thing. Put this halfway through the eye of the plugger. So there is the eye of the plugger. Now we're going to put some plug bond over the part of the plug that's going to be inside the tire. Then we're going to take this and push it about 2/3 of the way into that hole. So in other words, if that was a third, 2/3 would be roughly there. So we're going to have about that, roughly that much sticking out. So hopefully this is going to come out. Do it from over here so you can see. Take that. Dash her in. So hopefully you can see there's about a third of that plug sticking out. Now we want to pull this straight out. There is our plug left behind. It's left behind because, as you can see here, there's a gap right there that the plug slips through. We'll cut off the excess, which is what your instructions tell you to do. I tend to do this. I advise you to go with the just cut the excess off. Yeah, don't burn that plug off. Sometimes they burn down right nice, but I ended up having to, as you can see, I end up having to cut that excess out of there. Anyway, so now we're going to inflate the tire, and before I reinstall it in the car, I'm going to let it sit for a couple days because I'm not in any big rush, and I want to make sure that this plug has held well. And because it's a damaged tire, I'm going to put it on the rear of the vehicle. At this point, inflate the tire. If you're not sure what the air pressure should be for the tire of your vehicle, check your owner's manual, or if you don't have your own owner's manual, it'll be on the door of the vehicle. For a car, it's generally 30 to 32 psi. I'm going to inflate it with this air compressor. I'll try to remember to put a link to that using that air compressor down below. I've had that thing for years. It works great. And I also have one of those little air pumps, the 12-volt ones that plug into your, well, it used to be a cigarette lighter. And I'll put a link to that down below. And at any rate, let's inflate this. Check the air pressure here. And you can see on our gauge, that's right around the 32 psi mark. If our plug didn't work, we should see bubbling if we put soap and water around it. And you can see there is no bubbles. So I installed our plug a couple of days ago. Tires set. Didn't lose any air. I decided to install them on my car. I removed my studded winter tires. We can see here that we're still at that 32 pounds psi in the tire. Our plug is here. I've driven the car about 100 kilometers, and this is holding up nicely. So anyway, hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.